The meeting is called to order. This is our Tuesday, January 25th, 2011 meeting. We will have invocation given by Pastor Clay Pageant. A pledge of allegiance. I'll lead myself.
Good evening.
Good evening, Clay.
Let's pray. Father, we just thank you for this day, and thank you for a new year and a new vision and new direction. And we just ask you to bless us as we continue to move forward, that your hand will be upon us, and that we'd be real attuned to your voice and what you say and your guidance. God, give us wisdom that's beyond understanding and lead us on. Let this city grow and prosper. And we pray, Lord, as a new chairman selected tonight, that your hand will be upon that person and guide them also. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Please turn and face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The first item on the agenda is to elect our new chairperson, and I would like to make the nomination for Commissioner Todd as the chairperson for this year.
Second.
Make a motion to close nominations.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, and that nominations be closed. All in favor of Commissioner Todd as our chairperson, let it know, signify by hand and wave your hand. Thank you.
Thank you. You want me just to sit here?
No, I want you to take your rightful place.
Y'all excuse us. It was more than I wanted.
I was ready for the move.
Okay. Our first order of business after electing a chairman will be to recognize, need to appoint a vice chairman. No, I don't. I'll get it later. And Commissioner Ward has served so well as our chairman. We have worked together as a team. She has involved me in every aspect of the city business this past year. She is involved in some ongoing projects for the city, and I'm going to reappoint Cynthia as my vice chairman. And I thank you for the opportunity to be able to do that. And at this time, I would like to recognize Chairperson Cynthia Ward for her service as mayor of the city of Griffin for calendar year 2010. So, Cynthia?
I had to build you one, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's nice.
Over here, a green birdhouse.
Okay. At this time, we will recognize Corporal Mike Morris of the Griffin Police Department as December 2010 Employee of the Month. Chief Franklin will address. Chief Strickland will address. Franklin is a new. He came from that part of the state. I might need my light after all.
It's okay, Mr. Y'all been called.
Okay, that's all right, dear. We'll get it later.
Corporal Morris was nominated for Employee of the Month. He broke up a pretty good burglary and robbery ring out at Hallmark Hills subdivision, where they were entering autos at Griffin Crossing and strong-arm robbing some folks, and did the same thing at Old Trees convenience store one night as the lady was leaving the business. He arrested 3 folks total, and even solved a couple of burglaries in the county where several guns were stolen. He did search warrants for that and recovered the property and the firearms. And Mike has done an excellent job. He's been with us 4.5 years. He's got a total of 14 years in law enforcement. and we are glad we have him, and he's done an excellent job for us in investigations, and can't say enough about him, and glad that he's recognized as the Employee of the Month for December.
Very good.
I would like to say it's an honor to be able to serve in the Criminal Investigations Division of the Griffin Police Department. I take the job very seriously, and it's nice to have a major and a chief that will support you and the decisions you make, the cases you work, and stand behind you. That's what gives us the opportunity to solve crime the way we do.
Thank you.
I appreciate the award.
Well, we appreciate you also. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I would like to add that Mike is a dear professional at what he do. I got an opportunity to work with him a while. He's very pleasant fellow to work with. He takes his job seriously, as he said. Mike, just keep on doing what you're doing. Appreciate you.
Thank you. And at this time, we will recognize Tom Ridgway of the Electric Department of the City of Griffin as the 2010 Employee of the Year. Bill Bosch will address this.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like to take a moment just to read something real quick, and Tom, you can be making your way up here. Tom began working for the City of Griffin 15 years ago in August of 1996. During that time, his role has changed, but his importance to the city has never diminished. His efforts on many projects through the years for the Electric Department have led to very productive and successful efforts. One significant project was the city's billing conversion. This project was completed in May 2010. It consisted of converting millions of lines of data from our prior system that had outgrown to a more user-friendly system. This synopsis is not enough to explain the tireless and extensive effort put forth by Tom. Serving as a project manager, Tom was part of the selection of a new billing software back in 2007, and due to some unforeseen personnel changes, the project was put on hold. In the summer of 2009, we were able to push forward and complete the successful conversion. And then Tom's going to give credit to 100 different people, and hogwash. Tom he took charge of this thing, and with the assistance of our IT department and some other very talented people, we were able to get this done. I believe when you have this type of person working for your organization, one with a do-not-fail attitude, the impossible becomes possible. His work ethics ensure that the work will get through any roadblocks, and simply stated, Tom is a tenacious problem solver, a loyal and dedicated team player, and for all these reasons, we nominated Tom Ridgway, and he was elected to 2010 Employee of the Year, and I'd like to present my friend and co-worker, Tom Ridgway.
Like Bill said, I've got to thank a lot of people, because there's nothing that I do that's an individual effort. Everything is a team effort. We can sit around and dream up things that'll make the electric system more dependable, more efficient, more reliable. But it's the folks in the tech services, the line crew, the locators that go out and make it happen. We can say we want to do a billing conversion, but without the support of IT and the folks in customer service who embrace the system, took their time to come in on weekends and learn how to use the system and continue to improve it, nothing would have been achieved. So I appreciate the recognition, but I'll accept it on behalf of the entire department. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. Great.
Our next order of business is to consider approval of a proclamation recognizing Saturday, February the 12th, 2011 as Arbor Day in the city of Griffin.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I move that we approve said proclamation.
Do I have a second? Second. All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, it is unanimous. Doug, you or Brent, are you willing will accept this proclamation?
Ryan's on the...
Ryan's on the tree board? Okay, Ryan, as the new chairman, I get to sign it, and then I will let you read it to Brent.
Okay.
That tree board, man. Gotta remember the tree board.
I thought, for a while, Dick probably would enjoy doing it.
I'm hard-headed, but
We have a proclamation, whereas the 1872 James Irwin Morton says that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday called Arbor Day is first observed for the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. And whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world. And whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, reduce heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce oxygen, provide habitat for wildlife, and reduce stormwater runoff. And whereas trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and help other wood products. Trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, beautify our community, and wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. And whereas the city of Griffin has appointed a tree board to facilitate and oversee the planting of trees in the city, and whereas the city has pruned and mulched trees throughout the city's driveway, and whereas the city of Griffin has been recognized as a Tree City USA by the National Arbor Day Foundation and desires to continue its tree planting way. Now therefore, be it resolved that board of commissioners of the city of Griffin will hereby proclaim Saturday, February 12th, 2011 as Arbor Day. The city of Griffin has also implemented support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands and the support of trees urban forestry programs and plant trees to promote the well-being of present and future generations. This is the 25th day of January 2011, signed by Chairperson Joanne Todd, city manager.
Good job.
Yes.
I want to say thanks to Plant the Future. I've been here since 1992. They were here prior to that, and they are a very instrumental group, both financially and from an aspect of planting trees and location. And I want to a special thanks to the electric department, because out of their budget every year, they contribute a significant amount of money to put back into the community what we all try to achieve, and that's a quality of life for the citizens of Griffin.
Right, and we love our trees in Griffin, so we appreciate that. It's time for citizen comments. At this time, the chairperson will open the floor for comments from the audience. Comments should relate to a specific agenda item not listed on the agenda for a public hearing or to a concern within the jurisdiction of the city. Commission meetings serve the purpose of conducting city business and are not a forum for the unlimited expression of opinion. The chairperson reserves the right to limit comments to matters germane to city business and may refer speakers to the city manager or other staff for resolution. Having said that, is there anyone on my left who would like to come forward and make any comments? On my right, is there anyone who would like to come forward and make any comments? Okay, we will go on with our business. All right, we're in the public hearing segment of our meeting, and they are conducted to allow public comment on specific advertised issues such as rezoning, ordinances, policy development, operating budgets, and other legislative actions to be considered by the City Commission. At this time, we will receive comments regarding a resolution for the use of traffic control monitoring devices at additional intersections within the City of Griffin. Chief Frank Strickland will address.
Thank you, ma'am. This basically is a public hearing to get public input into the aspect of us adding at least 2 more additional red light cameras somewhere within the city of Griffin off of the Georgia DOT network, if that's possible. And we're just asking for public input and public comment.
This is a public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to come forward and address this issue of putting the cameras at 2 additional intersections in Griffin? Okay, hearing none, we'll go next to receive comments regarding the proposed 5-year short-term work program update to the solid waste management plan. Director of Central Services, Phil Francis, will address.
Good evening.
Good evening.
To kind of keep it brief, the Comprehensive Solid Waste Management Plan for the City of Griffin is a 10-year plan, and it has to be updated every 5 years. So what this basically is a public hearing for is input from the public to see if they would like to see any additional items added to the Comprehensive Solid Waste Management Plan. The public copy is on file up at in Mr. Smith's office, but it basically works on this timeline of items that we say that we're going to do and are planning to do. And we'll have another public hearing in 30 days and bring the actual work plan to you based on any input from the public.
Right, and this was advertised, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Phil. Do we have any comments from the audience? Okay, if not, we will move on into the consent agenda.
Madam Chair, if there's no objection, I would move that we approve all 3 items of the consent agenda as
Second the motion.
All right, do I have a second? Oh, we have a second with Doug. All right, we're going to consider items 9, 10, and 11 in one vote. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, that is unanimous, 7-0. Thank you. All right, we're now to the regular portion of the agenda. Consider approval of a lease agreement between the City of Griffin and Alternative Logistics for 12 months lease of Suite 502 in 1 Griffin Center, effective February the 1st, 2011, in the amount of $7,215 per year. City Manager Kenny Smith will address.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
unless there's any objection, I move we approve the lease and be thankful for the $72.15 per year.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, very good. Number 13, consider approval of a resolution in accordance with the Georgia Election Code and State Election Board to call for a municipal election for Districts 2, 4, and 7 at large. Number 7 is at large. On Tuesday, November the 8th, 2011, and to establish a qualifying fee in accordance with the Georgia Election Code and rules of the State Election Board. Section 21-2-131 in the amount of $403.20.
Make a motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion to approve. Do we have a second? All in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, it is unanimous. All right, item 14. Consider approval of a resolution to partner with the Georgia Department of Revenue in an effort to ensure proper payment of sales tax.
Make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second? All right. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay. Number 15, consider approval of a resolution to amend the City of Griffin's Water Wastewater Utility Fund fiscal year 2011 budget by decreasing personnel services at Cabin Creek by $32,175 and increasing personnel services in water distribution by $18,908. Director of Public Works and Utilities, Dr. Keller will address. Bring us up to speed on that, Brent.
Good evening. What we're doing is at Cabin Creek, we had a vacancy and we've chosen not to fill it. And this is the first step into the leak detection program. This upcoming budget, due to conditions under the state water plan and it looks like our regional water plan, we are going to have to put in I guess, upgrade and be more intense on looking for leaks in our water system. And a system of our age, obviously, been around since 1890. So what we're doing is we're funding the first part of one position, and we'll be putting another position and equipment in place as of July 1st to go out. And might I add, if you see people with headsets on and little monitors running around town looking at fire hydrants, what they'll be looking for with data loggers is to look for any leaks that are in our water mains. And for your information, we have 693 miles of water mains. So this is a step in the right direction to stay within permit.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the resolution as presented.
Do I have a second?
A second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. All right, thank you. Item number 16, consider approval to purchase from Wade Tractor and Equipment incorporated a 95 HP ROPS tractor and boom mower in the amount of $66,900 for use in the Stormwater Department. Director of Public Works and Utilities, Dr. Keller, will address.
This is one of the first new pieces of equipment we've bought in a long time for the Stormwater Department, and this is basically an efficiency move. During the summer months, we can't keep up with the trimming and mowing of ditches inside the city of Griffin. We have over 120 miles of ditches on both, and you multiply that by 2 because there's 2 sides. This will greatly enhance us being able to probably maintain something more than twice a year to maybe 3 to 4 times a year if necessary, depending on the weather conditions.
Madam Chair, I move we approve the low bid of $66,900.
A second.
And I will say that they came in $10,000 and $18,000 less than the other 2. That was a great bid.
And under budget as well, so that is very good. We have a motion and a second. We have, do I have any other comments? All right, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Item number 17, consider purchase of a 2011 Ford Expedition Command Vehicle off-state contract in the amount of $23,661 from Allen Vigil Ford Government Sales for use in the fire department. Chief Tommy Jones will address.
This is just a replacement of our command vehicle. We've been using a car for years. We're going to upgrade a little bit to something a little bit more adaptable to the equipment that the battalion chiefs need. And this will give us a lot more flexibility.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I move we approve the purchase.
Do we have a second? All right, we have a motion and a second to approve. All those who approve, please raise your right hand. Okay, it is unanimous. Thank you. Item number 18, consider approval for the sale of 2,827 kilowatt of excess reserve capacity in the amount of 2.43 kilowatt year for 2011 to the city of Jackson. Director of Electric Bill Bosch will address. $2.43 a kilowatt.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
this is just a small sale, reserve capacity sale. It's just reserving the energy that we possibly would have sold in excess. So it's going to net us about $7,000.
Okay, very good. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion.
To approve? And a second. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. All right, thank you. Item number 19 is to consider approval to deposit the city's all-system energy sales margin for calendar year 2011 in the flexible operating account, short-term portfolio of the MEAG Municipal Trust. Director Bill Bosch will address.
This is just a re-renewal of what you do every year.
I
All
move
right.
we approve.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those approved, please raise your right hand. It is unanimous. Thank you. Item number 21. No, 20. Consider approval to direct MEAG Power to add $275,825 per month to the MEAG bill and deposit $137,912.50 per month to the flexible operating account short-term portfolio. $68,956.25 to the new generation and capacity funding account intermediate term portfolio. Director of Electric Bill Bosch will address.
And just to clarify, the $68,956.25, that gets put into the generation and the intermediate, so that same dollar figure goes into both, adding up to the $137,912.
All right, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
And a second? All right, all those in favor, please raise.
Can I ask Bill a question?
Yes, you should get
Bill,
it, sorry.
you had mentioned earlier today about the debt service, Vogel being possibly 2 years ahead. Was there any kind of tweaking of this number that was...
This is probably the last year that we'll recommend a 50-50, and in years to come, we'll discuss with Mr. Smith a recommendation of probably moving that percentage to help in that debt service.
All righty. Okay, at this time now, we'll go into resolutions.
We didn't vote.
Oh, I'm sorry. We asked the question. I thought that we did. All right, that's right. You asked the question. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. We did have a motion and a second. Thank you. All right, number 21, approve resolution making appointment to the office of judge of the municipal court and approving compensation for said position.
Madam Chair, I move that we appoint Judge Ronald Cook again and approve the compensation as approved. 16-5.
Do we have a second?
Have a second. May I second it?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those, please raise your right hand. All right, it is unanimous. Okay, we approve a resolution making appointment to the office of municipal court solicitor and approving compensation for said position. Do I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move we approve the reappointment of Reed Turner Solicitor at the 16.5 per year.
Do I have a second? All right, we have a motion and a second. All those who approve, please raise your right hand. Okay, very good. Item number 23, approve resolution making appointment to the office of municipal court clerk and approving compensation.
Madam Chair, I move we approve the reappointment of Yolanda Walker at the compensation municipal clerk of $37,294.40.
And do I have a second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those approved, please raise your right hand. It is unanimous. Thank you. Number 24, approve resolution making appointment to the office of municipal registrar and approving compensation for said position.
Madam Chair, I move we reappoint Administrative Secretary Judy Flournoy as registrar at the budgeted $754 annually in addition to her regular salary.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those who are in favor, please raise your right hand. All right, it is unanimous. Thank you. Number 25, approve resolution making appointment to the office of
Attorney.
25, appointment to the office of city attorney and approving compensation for such position. I'm missing my light over here, Drew. That was not,
Madam Chair,
don't infer anything into that.
I move we reappoint Drew Whalen as city attorney at the stated $96,000.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to reappoint Drew as our city attorney. All those in favor, please raise your right hand.
I strongly believe he's worth at least half that.
Thank you. For a third.
Okay, I will. Okay. Okay. All right, we now are to the point where we are appointing citizens to committees. Number 26 is to appoint 2 members to the Griffin Spalding Hospital Authority. The terms of Charles Hagee and the term of ex officio commission member Ryan McLemore expired 12/31/10. Do I have any nominations?
Excuse me, before we make the nomination.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Did you get a clarification on the question that Dale was asking you?
Downtown Development Authority.
Yes, and your appointment carries forward. The law says that the director is also a member of the governing body of the municipal corporation's term shall end when such director is no longer a member of the governing body of the municipal corporation.
What does that mean?
So that means you appointed him and he stays in as long as he's a member of this body.
And this is the corporation? This is the body of the corporation?
No, you're the appointing authority, but his term continues. He was appointed last year.
Right, he was appointed last year.
Which continues as long as he is a member of this.
Okay, so in other words, you're saying it does not matter that it says the chairman.
Right.
That was just,
It's a chairman appointment.
Well, actually, no.
it was just
Actually,
naming me.
the
I
law
was
says
the chairman at the
governing
time.
body makes the appointment.
You were chairman at the time of...
When I took, when Ryan, so I resigned last year and we appointed Ryan to that position. But when I first went in on the authority, I was chairman of the commission. So my name, Chairman Holberg, never got changed in terms of it.
Do we have any other committees that are that way? Mr. Morrow has mentioned the Health Department Board.
Our interpretation, county side, I know that's on their side, was that it was a four-year appointment.
It's a one-year appointment.
Well, this one, anybody other than a member of the governing authority would be appointed for a four-year term. So whoever you appoint tonight, if there's a vacancy up, will be for a four-year term.
We're talking about the
Board commission,
board
the Board of Commission.
Right. I'm talking about Board of Health. But
We're talking about board appointment.
It's all right. If it's annual, it doesn't make any difference to me.
Okay, so you're the chairperson. I clearly understand. Okay, on the health department, you're saying that's not a governing body. What are you saying?
No, I'm saying this governing body, Board of Commissioners, who makes the appointments to the Downtown Development Authority.
Yeah, we understand
What we're
that.
asking about is
on
the
health board.
On the health board, does the chairperson serve or the chairperson's designee?
Okay.
Right.
The commission appoints.
Commission appoints that one. That's a commission voted. I mean,
No, but I just said earlier that I was under the understanding when I was appointed that it was a four-year term. This says
Well, I don't
appointed
know. I don't
annually,
see it right in
and I would just question,
Yeah, I
which is,
think-
we would have to
I think
go
it's
back
just
and
an
look.
annual
This
appointment they'll have
matrix
for it.
was set up years ago, we went through and researched every one of them.
The Board of Health is the position that we have voted on every year in terms of this
Yeah,
board.
this is
Right.
I'm asking about the, hospital authority, not the hospital authority, the downtown.
The Downtown Development Authority, whenever you make an appointment, and there's a vacancy, it's for a 4-year term.
Even from this board?
No, but the person who serves on this board, who was appointed, like when you appointed Mr. McLemore last year, his term, he's appointed for a term, but his term lasts as long as he is a member of this board, is what law says. So he's not appointed annually, he's not appointed for 1 year.
All right.
All right, we're ready for the hospital authority.
Okay, yeah, wait just 1 second. Okay, so in essence then, when you say city commission chairman or chairman designee, that did not need to be highlighted for us to vote on this time?
No.
Okay, all righty, for clarification purposes. Okay, now let's get back to the hospital authority. Okay.
Okay, hospital authority. Madam Chair, I'm going to nominate Dr. Jesse Bradley for the non-commissioned member seat on the hospital authority.
I'll second that.
We don't need to have a second
Oh,
for
that's not a-
nominations.
Okay.
I would like to nominate Charles Haggett, who currently serves.
I make a motion to close nominations.
All righty, okay. Dr. Bradley, all those,
We have to vote on the closing of nominations first.
all right, we have a motion to close nominations, do I need a second for
We
that?
have a second from Dick.
Okay, all in favor, raise your hand. Okay, unanimous to close nominations. Okay, all those in favor of Dr. Bradley, please raise your hand. All those in favor of Charles Heggie, please raise your hand. Okay, there were 4 votes for Mr. Heggie and 3 for Dr. Bradley. So Charles Heggie will return as a member of the hospital authority. Now,
We have to get a commissioner.
we have to have a commissioner on the hospital authority. Do we have one who would like to volunteer to be on the hospital authority? It's an ex officio position, and they meet the 3rd Monday night or the 4th Monday night of each month.
I think it's, oh gosh.
Fourth Monday, according to...
It's the 4th Monday?
Yeah, very end of the month.
Is it that chairman or chairman designee?
No, it's one that we vote on.
Okay.
So I was just looking for someone from the commission. Is there someone who would like to serve on that? Besides, Ryan has been very gracious to do it this last year. Is there somebody else that would like to?
I will.
You would like to? Okay.
I'd like to nominate Cynthia Reed Ward.
Okay, Doug has nominated Cynthia Reed
Make a
Ward.
motion to close nominations.
Okay.
Second.
All right, we need to vote on closing the nominations. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, so Cynthia is our designee from the Griffin, from our City Commission Board. All right, this is not easy, people. Okay, now, we're down to the Housing Authority,
Development Authority.
the Development Authority. All right, it says appoint 2 members to the Griffin Spalding Development Authority. The terms of Martha McDaniel and Joanne Todd, chairperson and designee, expired on 12/31/10.
Are you reappointing yourself?
Yes, I'm going to stay on the Industrial Development Authority.
And Madam Chair, I move that I nominate Martha McDaniel for the open position.
Right, we second that as well. All those in...
I make a motion to close nominations.
All right. We have a motion to close nominations and a second. All those in favor of closing nominations, raise your hand. All those in favor of Martha McDaniel, please raise your hand.
She's the only one.
All right, very good. Doesn't hurt to show approval of her. All right, appoint 3 members to the Griffin Housing Authority. The terms of Lee Hancock, resident Jacqueline Coggins, and Commissioner Cynthia Ward expired on 12/31/10.
My question, do you want to continue on that, Cynthia?
I do.
Okay.
We have 3 names in the book. 2.
Lee Hancock does not desire, I've talked to him, does not desire to serve in that
I talked to him since you did, and he said he would serve
Okay.
if elected.
Thank you.
All right, we have Lisa Fambro, and let's see, who is the other?
She is the, I'm going to nominate, I should say, Lee Hancher and Lisa Fambro. I'm going to nominate two of them.
Okay.
No.
I nominate.
Can we do it by position so we know which ones?
Okay. cancel
So for the Lee Hancock,
that open seat.
for that seat of Lee Hancock.
Okay, I'm going to nominate Lee Hancher for the seat of Lee Hancock.
And I nominate Lee Hancock.
Make a motion to close nominations.
Second.
All right, we have a motion to close the nominations. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay. All those in favor of Lee Hancher, please raise your right hand. All right, we have one vote. Okay, those in favor of Lee Hancock, please raise your right hand. 6 for Lee Hancock. So Lee Hancock. Judy, are you able to give these nominations? Okay, thank you. Okay, go ahead.
If there's no objection, I'll take the 2 because it's only 2 candidates. I nominate President Lee Fambro as the resident member and Commissioner Cynthia Ward as the commission member.
All right,
Make a motion to close nominations.
all right, we have a motion to close. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, and so since we have no others, those are appointed. Lisa Fambro and Cynthia. Okay, now appoint one member, number 29, appoint one member to the Airport Advisory Board. Dick's term expired on 12/31/10.
I will continue if you so choose. If somebody else wants to do it, they can have it too. So.
Is there anyone else that would like to consider the Airport Advisory Board? It's going to be an exciting year.
I make a motion, I'd like to nominate Dick Morrow for the Airport Advisory Board.
It's just one appointment.
Yeah. Okay,
Make a motion to close nominations.
do I have a second to close nominations? Okay, Dick, glad to have you aboard.
I'm
Okay.
willing to approve those nominations closed, so I
Right.
figured I was going to get that.
All right, number 30. We will be appointing 6 members to the Griffin Spalding Area Transportation Committee. The terms of Commissioners Dick Mara and Doug Holberg expired on 12/31/10. The city-at-large appointees, David Phelps, and he sent me a letter requesting not to be reconsidered, and Michelle Cannon terms expired on 12/31/10. The ex officio city fire chief or designee James Clinkscales and city ex officio city police chief or designee Dwayne Jones expired on 12/31/10. So y'all help me out there.
Okay, I assume the chief and the fire chief want the same 2 designees this time, is that correct? And we only have 2 other names for the 2 seats, so those are solved. The 2 questions are the commissioners, and I would like to serve on transportation again unless somebody
And I
really
desire
wants
to
to.
continue serving. So,
Anybody else want a shot at transportation?
I might attend some of the meetings, but I think that's good. I think y'all done a good job.
Well, then, Madam Chair, I move that we appoint Dick Morrow, Doug Holberg, Neil Bond, Michelle Cannon, James Clinkscales, and Dwayne Jones as the 6 appointees.
I make a motion to close nominations.
All right, we have a motion to close nominations. Do I have a second?
Second.
And show of hands and approval. All right.
Thank you.
And you've heard the 6 nominees. Those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, we got it. All right. The appointment to Three Rivers Board of Directors says it's the chairman or the designee. Due to the change of the rules of the Three Rivers Board of Directors, the chairman will take that job if that is the way it goes, since I have been attending the meetings for the roundtable. All right, thank you. All right, 32, appoint 2 members to the Board of Health. The term of Lee Howell, citizen at large, and of Commissioner Dick Morrow, chairperson or designee, expired on 12/31/10.
Okay, well, let's take the non-commissioned member first because I'm going to appoint Charlotte Edie.
Nominate
Charlotte Edie.
All right.
I make a nomination to reappoint Lee Howell.
I make a motion to close nominations.
Second.
All right, those, do I have, I need a vote on closing the nominations. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, very good. Those in favor of Charlotte Edie, please raise your right hand. Okay, we have 3 votes for Miss Edie. Those in favor of Lee Howell, please raise your right hand. And we have 4 votes for Lee Howell. Lee Howell has won that seat. Okay, now, Commissioner Moore, would you like to continue on the health board?
I would like to continue on the Department of Health, if that's okay.
Yes, it's all right. If it's all right with the board for him to continue as the designee, that would be fine.
I would be completely in agreement with that, but I have an issue with the fact that Shahir was not able to serve on any board last year because of unforeseen circumstances. And the board that he really wanted to serve on this time, according to our attorney, he won't be able to serve on that board. So, it would be my recommendation that he be able to serve on the Health Department board, since Mr. Morrison would like to see that that board has some African American representation.
Well, you put me in a quandary here, because we're going to have a real issue this year with budget and audit and finances, so I'll leave up to chairman. Normally I would say be no problem, but I've already done a lot of work in this finance thing, so I don't know what to tell you.
Shahir, do you have a preference?
Well, my preference is thrown out the window.
We have, I know you wanted to serve on the Downtown Development Authority. Have you considered Main Street or the Downtown Council? As those, I know we've got Kira and Frederick, heavily involved in the maintenance of those programs. If you would like the Board of Health, you need to tell me.
Well, if it's in fact that African American is one of those seats ought to be represented by an African American, I just found this out over the weekend, then I think it should be represented by an African American.
This is not, I'm only going to say, this is not one of the seats that necessarily has to. They do recommend there are minority representative people on the board somewhere. That's what it is. So you tell me what you want me to do.
We all suffered through the fact that Shahir did not get, he came on late, he was very eager to serve, he fought hard for his position. So Dick, I'm going to let him take my place, and perhaps the Board of Health will be able to find another position, but I will let Shahir take my place as the designee from the City Commission.
We had to do an election on this.
We do? Well, it says chairperson or designee.
According to the code section, it's the executive officer of the largest municipality.
I'm sorry.
Some member designated by said officer.
And this is the Board of Health.
Wait a minute. Shahir's trying to say something. I don't know what he's trying to say.
What I was going to say here, since Mr. Morrow has spent time on the finances on that board, I think it might be better served if I stay or let him have that, stay out of that. And also, I'm not so sure that the committee that I want to serve on, that I would like to look further into that and see if that's in fact true, that I can't serve.
All right. All righty, then Dick will continue to serve on the Board of Health. And it's not one that we vote on because it says chairperson or designee. I think that's great. Okay, so Dick is going to continue on the Board of Health.
Let me deal with the issues we got. I'd be happy to work my way out of the job.
Okay. All right. Okay, appoint 3 members to the Spalding County Collaborative Authority. The terms of Commissioner Joanne Todd, Sergeant Sam Parks, and Eula Redding expired on 12/31/10. This says the city appointments are 2-year terms. There's 1 city commission appointee, 1 city law enforcement officer, and 1 city consumer family services at large. Shahir, this is probably one of the finest committees in our community. Clay Padgett is the president of the Spalding County Collaborative. I've served on it for 11 years. 11 years. I helped get it started. I would love for you to, they meet the second Wednesday morning of every month at the Health Department.
So you know what time?
9 o'clock.
That may pose a bit of a problem.
It will? Okay. All right. Well,
But I am familiar with that.
Right.
From Eddie Whitlock when he was.
Yes,
when he was
yes. And Eddie was there when we got it all started. So, and we've worked through many hardships to keep it going, and it has been one of the outstanding collaboratives in the state of Georgia. So, but you don't think that your schedule will allow it?
They don't mind me being 2 or 3 minutes later.
They won't mind you being late.
I'd like to nominate Shahir for
Yes.
the collaborative
For the
authority, the
collaborative.
city commission position.
Right, and Sam Parks for the law enforcement position,
And Eula Redding.
and
as
Eula
well.
Redding.
And
I move that nomination cease.
All right, we have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion and second to cease the nominations. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, then we have, we've got our 3 members. I'll walk you through that, Shahir. I'll go with you to the first meeting. I think you will, listen, they will be thrilled. They will be so delighted to have you there. It is an important committee. All right, appoint 1 member to the Workforce Investment Council. Will is the chairperson, and Will has indicated he would like to continue, so I will appoint Will Evans to the Workforce Investment. Appoint 1 member to the Downtown Council. The term of Commissioner Ryan McLemore, chairperson, expired on 12/31. Now, this was the one that I was telling you about. You've got the Downtown Council as well.
It's the fun committee. It's the one that does the parties, the activities, and promotes folks to come downtown and shop and live, work, and play.
Okay, well, since I was interested in downtown, I'll give it a shot.
All right, so we're gonna, all righty, good. All right, it's the chairperson or the designee, so I will designate that Shahir will be our representative. All right, item number 36, appoint 1 member to the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. The term of Commissioner Joanne Todd expired on 12/31/11. Now, Doug, would you like to do that? Would you be willing to do that?
12/31/10, actually.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. I'd be honored to.
Okay, very good. Thank you. I'd like to appoint Doug Holberg to the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors.
I'm back.
Okay. Appoint 1 member. Do you think you were going to...
Well, I was liking the chain of command to be the chairman one day and ran for office.
Okay. Appoint 1 member to the Griffin Spalding Emergency 9/11 Board. That's the chairperson of the designee, and Commissioner Evans has said that he would continue serving on this for us. So that is taken care of. Appoint 1 member to the Council on Aging. The term of Rosa Calloway expired on 12/31/10. Ms. Calloway has indicated that she would like to continue, and we don't have people beating down the door to serve on this.
I'd like to nominate Rosa Calloway for that position.
Okay.
And I move the nomination cease.
And I second that.
All righty, all those in favor of ceasing the nominations, raise your hand. Okay, Ms. Calloway will continue serving. All right, appoint 3 members to the Pension Committee. The terms of Connie Hendricks, employee participant, and Willie Henley, retired participant, expired December the 31st, 2010. The chairperson or the chairperson's designee also serves annually. I don't understand that. So what does that mean?
Whoever the chair each year, it's their job.
The chairman.
The chairman it is?
Or unless you designate somebody.
All right, who has been serving on that?
I did
You
when I was
served on it,
chair.
didn't you?
I think the chairman served on that pretty much every
So I have to do that? Okay, so we have 2 nominees.
You can delegate it.
It might be worth a try. Let me see what it's like.
We meet once a year.
It's a lot of work.
About once a year.
Once a year, I'll take it. I'll take it.
It's like once a year.
Okay.
Madam Chair, for the 2 remaining participants, I nominate Connie Hendricks and David Weldon. That's the 2 names in the book.
Make a motion to close nominations.
Do we have a second to close? All righty, all those in favor of closing, please raise your hand. Okay, Connie Hendricks and David Weldon will serve on the City of Griffin Pension Committee, and I will attend their 1 meeting a year. All right.
Did we vote on closing or did we?
Did we? I thought we did. We voted on closing. Didn't we, Judy?
Yeah, I thought we did.
Yeah, it was
I raised my
fast.
hand for something.
Well, everybody in favor of closing what we just voted on, please raise your hand.
Sure.
Okay. All right, number 40. Appoint 2 members to the Planning and Zoning Board. The terms of Tawana Bates, District 1, and Roger Miller, District 2, expired on 12/31/10. Okay.
My appointment is District 1 is Katie Fisher.
That name again?
District 2 is Roger Miller.
All right, Roger Miller, District 2, and
Katie Fisher.
Katie Fisher, District...
KD Fisher.
KD?
Katie Fisher.
Okay, KD Fisher, F-I-S-H.
Katie Fisher.
Okay, KD Fisher. Okay, wow, we're doing well. 41, appoint 10 members to the City of Griffin Tree Board. All right, have we all got our terms?
I'm ready for you.
Right, all right, let's see. In District 4, Hannah Day has agreed to continue. What about District 1? Ann Larson? Okay, it's going to continue. Roger Miller, District 2?
Yes.
All right, Sharon Joyner, District 3?
Going to change it to Janet Smith.
Janet Smith, okay. All righty. Hannah Day, District 4. Laura Cook?
No, District 4 is going to change Laura Cook.
No, District 5.
5, I'm sorry, never mind.
You're changing yours?
Yeah, I was District 4 county, I get flashbacks
That's
sometimes.
that's all right.
All right.
As long as those are the only kind of flashbacks you get.
All right, is it my turn or not?
Yes, it's your turn.
Okay. District 5 is going to be Georgia Dozier, and I gave the info to
Georgia
Judy.
Dozier, okay. All right, and District 6, Shahir, Greg McLaurin.
Greg McLaurin.
Greg McLaurin.
Yeah, Greg.
He's going to continue,
Yeah.
and you're at large.
If it's okay, Jamie Arrington has been serving in District 7. He is a arborist, and John Hemphill no longer wants to serve, so I nominated Jamie Arrington for the arborist. So if Jamie Arrington's good to go for arborist, I'd like to appoint Ann Walker as the representative for the at-large seat.
Okay. And the 11th member is the president of Plant the Future, or designee of the...
Marjorie. That's Marjorie King.
Okay, that's Marjorie, all right.
So I'd like to nominate Jamie Arrington for arborist and John Stover as the landscape architect.
Okay, and Ryan, are you going to continue on the board?
Sure.
Okay. All righty, so do I have a motion to close the nominations?
If Brian was nominated.
If Ryan's the third.
He just said
Okay,
that he would.
I move nominations closed.
Second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor, raise your hand. Okay, they're closed, and these people are elected. We have no one competing against each other.
Tree board.
The tree board. No, Downtown Development Authority. 42.
Okay, we have.
I would like to nominate Otis Blake, the position of Otis Blake.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry, we got 40. The Planning and Zoning Board, we got that. Okay, 41, and now 42.
I'd like to nominate Otis Blake for the Otis Blake, the third spot, Daniel Searcy for the Daniel Searcy spot, Jim Berry for the Robin Nance spot, and Joey Scanlon for the Joey Scanlon spot.
Okay, now Daoud's got his name in here.
I'm nominating Daoud.
For which position?
For which position? Well, it's just...
Are we
Robin Nance is the...
For Robin
Is he the
Nance.
chairperson?
Robin Nance is not
Robin
seeking to
Nance
be
is,
reappointed.
yeah, he's not...
He's the one that's not seeking to, or doesn't want to be reappointed.
Well, I'll nominate Daoud for that position.
Okay. And that's where I would nominate Jim Berry.
All right. Now, I'm going to make a comment because Daoud's a friend of mine, and I think he's a great guy. But Daoud is on the Griffin Spalding Industrial Development Authority
In the Main Street Board.
and Main Street. And I think if you're on the Griffin Spalding Industrial Authority, it's basically a conflict to be on the Downtown Development Authority. I don't think you really ought to be on both. I think you ought to be one or the other. So.
Did anyone talk to him?
I did. He called me.
Right, he turned his own nomination in, didn't he?
He did.
And he did. And Daoud's a good guy, and I support Daoud all the way, but I don't think one person ought to be on both the development authorities because I think that's might be in a conflict.
Is it a conflict, or that's just your opinion?
I don't know legally whether it is or isn't, but it's my opinion that you could have two issues and the development authorities working on different, so that's my objection.
There is a potential, you could, as you alluded to, you could have both authorities somewhat getting competitive for maybe the same project, although that very rarely
nominate Dowd.
What about if
Okay.
if the IDA were to do financing for the BDA?
Which has never happened.
About IDA doing financing to
I think they were looking at doing that.
We're not even
Might
sure
ask
they can
Adam.
do that.
Well, I'm sure if we look down
kind
at
of
the
look
list,
to see if they were interested in it, and if there wasn't, we would try to figure out whether they could do it or not. Well, I don't want to say, because like I say, Diode's a great guy and a friend of mine. I tell him this, but that's why, to keep clear of conflicts, I found another businessman to get involved. Diode's on the downtown council,
No, Main Street Board.
Main Street Board, and the IDA,
Well,
so that's where I'm coming from.
if we are just assuming here, I'm sure if we look down this list, that's not the only one that would be a conflict, would be considered, maybe considered by somebody as a conflict.
Okay.
I make a motion to close nominations.
Okay, and so we have, the terms, all right, we will take these one at a time. So we nominated Dowd in place of Robin Nance?
Robin,
And then
All right.
I had Jim Barry
All
for
right.
Robin Nance's spot.
Okay, do I have a motion to close the nominations?
Make a
You
motion
did
to
that.
close nominations.
And second. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, we'll take these one at a time. Otis Blake III has been nominated. All those in favor of Otis, please raise your hand.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Daniel Searcy has been nominated. All those in favor of Daniel, please raise your hand. All right, for Robin Nance's seat, we have two names. We have Daoud Amin and Jim Berry, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, those for Jim Berry was mentioned first. Jim Berry, please raise your hand. All right, those for Daoud, please raise their hand. Okay, Daoud has won that seat by a 4-3 vote. All right, Joyce Scanlon has no opposition. All those in favor of Joyce Scanlon, please raise your hand. Okay, so we have Joyce Scanlon, Otis Blake, Daniel Searcy, and Daoud Amin. All right, that was in item number 42. I will say that Daoud was up in Atlanta yesterday representing the city at an awards luncheon for the Main Street program. All right, item number 43, appoint two members to the Historic Preservation Commission. The term of Martha McDaniel expired on 12/31/10, and the seat of Shannon Herron was vacated due to resignation on 12/31/10.
I'm sure we have two names in the book, and therefore I nominate the two in the book, which are Martha McDaniel and Charles Penny.
Charles Penny did agree to do. Okay, very good. Do we have any other
Make a
nominations?
motion to close nominations, ma'am.
All right, we have a motion and a second to close nominations. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, it is unanimous. All righty, so we have elected Martha McDaniel and Charles Penny to the Historical Preservation Commission. We will miss you, Shannon. Glad you're working, though. We women have to work. All right, item number 44. Appoint 4 members to the Griffin Main Street Program Advisory Board. The terms of Commissioner Cynthia Ward, Bill Jones, Jean Brumagem expired on 12/31. The position of Betsy Harris was vacated due to a lack of eligibility. Now, how are we going to handle this? I know Ms. Brumagem wants to continue.
Well, we have 3 names in the book for the 3 seats.
Yeah.
The only one not here, that's chairperson or designee.
And I would, Cynthia, are you wanting to stay on that board?
I'll go back over there.
Okay.
I'd like to nominate Jessica Watley for the Betsy Harris seat, Bill Jones Jr. for the Bill Jones Jr. seat, and Jean Brumagem, is that for?
Brumagem, I think.
Brumagem for the Jean Brumagem seat.
And Cynthia will take my place as chairperson
I
designate.
move that nomination cease.
And I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second to close nominations. All those in favor, please raise your hand. All right, then we've got our 4 members to the Main Street program. Judy, did you hear all of them? Okay.
I took notes too for you this year.
Bill Jones is a business property owner, and Watley is a business property owner, right?
That's correct.
She's in.
And Jean is at large.
Right.
Okay.
Less than that would be good.
Yes, we did do well. I can't believe that we did. All right, we're down to city manager report.
Yes, ma'am. The staff will be having our annual staff goals workshop this Friday. We will be at UGA Gardens at their facility to get out of the office and not be disturbed for a day, so we can look at the things that we'd like to accomplish this calendar year, and as we look toward our next budget cycle. The commission usually follows that up with a commission goals workshop, and I wanted to clarify whether you wanted to do that again, or I know we had one, 6 weeks or so ago, or 2 months ago.
I think that
Wait
would,
a while, or what?
I think that would be good. Ryan had asked me several weeks ago for an update on what we had set as our goals and how far we are coming with those, and I think that would be a good time to have a checklist to see how far we're coming with our goals.
Okay, that's kind of what we did a month or so ago, but we can, if you want to do that again, we can certainly try to find a date.
Okay. Do y'all want to try to set a date tonight? Usually we do it about the last of February, don't we?
Do it one of the workshop meetings.
We could do it the last meeting of February for the workshop meeting. How about that?
That would be February.
Be the 20th.
This calendar year, and as we look toward our next budget cycle. The commission usually follows that up with a commission goals workshop, and I wanted to clarify whether you wanted to do that again, or I know we had one, 6 weeks or so ago, or 2 months ago.
I think that
Wait
would,
a while, or what?
I think that would be good. Ryan had asked me several weeks ago for an update on what we had set as our goals and how far we are coming with those, and I think that would be a good time to have a checklist to see how far we're coming with our goals.
Okay, that's kind of what we did a month or so ago, but we can, if you want to do that again, we can certainly try to find a date.
Okay. Do y'all want to try to set a date tonight? Usually we do it about the last of February, don't we?
Do it one of the workshop meetings.
We could do it the last meeting of February for the workshop meeting. How about that?
That would be February.
Be the 22nd?
22nd, yeah, 22nd.
Yeah.
What kind of time frame, what kind of time are you looking for, an all day?
Well, at least to lunchtime, maybe 9 to 1, something with y'all providing Chick-fil-A.
Okay, we can work that out.
Will that be all right with everybody on the board? Okay, very good. We got that set. City Attorney, are you through?
No, ma'am. Let me update you on last night. We held a meeting in regard to the proposed park over in 3rd Ward next to the RISA Academy. We had a great turnout for that meeting, had a lot of good positive comments. Even got some follow-up emails this morning that I forwarded to you, and even copied and put in your box if your email's not working. Got a better than expected reception as far as that project goes, and so our next step will be to get a lease from the school system, and I'll bring that lease to you in order for us to officially have lease rights to those 3 lots that we're looking at. So that project is progressing, even though it's slow. It's progressing. We had a good reception.
And what time frame are you looking at?
As soon as I get a contract from the Board of Education, which I've been asking for a few months now, but we really want to get the project started as soon as possible, because we want to do what we can do before springtime, because we're doing it with our own labor. And in springtime, once the grass starts growing and we get busy with that labor, it'll be tough to get much accomplished. So we really want to get it started as soon as possible.
Sounds good. Anything else?
I just want to congratulate Corporal Morris, and also congratulate Tom Ridgway for being an excellent employee and being recognized tonight.
Thank you. Drew, City Attorney?
I don't have any comments, but I would like to add congratulations to Tom. I've worked with Tom ever since he came on board for the city, and I've always been amazed how well he accomplishes everything he undertakes.
Okay. Ryan?
Okay. Back to what Kenny said, thank you, Kenny and Brant especially. That was a well-organized meeting last night, and I was pretty excited by the turnout and those positive comments. I think it was very helpful that y'all had so much prepared to help guide that discussion. I think people appreciate that, and I know I appreciated that. And I just want to say congratulations to our new chair and vice chair.
Thank you.
And I look forward to another great year.
Thank you. We do too.
Well, I want to give compliments to all the department heads. I normally say this I think your department is doing a fine job. And Phil, I also like to ask you about your workers. I notice these guys out here in the wintertime, I want to make sure they're fully dressed. They're doing a good job out there on the sanitation trucks and all. Me, I couldn't be on the back of that truck, not unless I'm fully dressed. Are you giving them equipment, the proper equipment and all during the winter?
Sneakers and everything.
Okay.
Okay. Commissioner Ward? Okay. Is she here? Commissioner Behay?
I'd just like to compliment Cynthia Ward for doing an outstanding job for 2010. And I also like to welcome you, and I think you couldn't put a better person in that position. And I also like to speak about this past weekend, my rookie season, as far as and it was fantastic. The instructor was very good, and I enjoyed the whole weekend. I'm looking forward to doing this a little bit more, where I can, get acquainted with what we're doing. I'm just sorry I missed so many last year.
Right. Well, we're looking forward to you being fully involved as well. Commissioner Morrow.
Let me just mention this health department thing that kind of threw me in a tizzy here. District 4 lost its medical director. It was due in large part to some litigious counties and some difficulties. We lost a great guy. We don't have a medical director. We have a temporary one. The state is advertising for a new one, but the counties have the right to approve or disapprove, and that's become very contentious. I've assembled a committee of all the 10 counties to work on this. We have some counties who want to withdraw from the district. They're very frustrated. The state has cut our funding again, and we have kept this one relatively solvent, but we have some counties that are actually broke in the health departments. So it is going to be a very, very rough next few months, contentious. So I've been doing an awful lot of work on that, trying to get ahead of all this. It's a tough time out there in this business.
I can appreciate that.
I want to thank the staff for all they do, continually working hard. When you go to the GMA convention, you hear the heartache and the heartburn from other communities, and we're very thankful for y'all and for what you do to make Griffin a great place. Not only do I like to encourage our retreat, but a couple of years ago I encouraged us to try to have a quarterly meeting with the county commission as well as the school board. And we had our first meeting, and it just basically went away after that. And Joanne, if there's any way you can possibly push for us with Mr. Freeman and whoever got elected to the school board chairman, that we have at least a quarterly or every 6 months, we all come together and work together and figure out some opportunities that we can make things move a lot quicker.
Well, I think that we all wish to be able to be together with the different boards and work for the betterment of the city of Griffin and the county of Spalding. I agree. We're all members there. I appreciate the unanimous vote to be your chairman. Please know I'm going to be open to suggestions, and I hope that we will continue to work together as a team. I was very proud of the representation of our city at GMA this past weekend, and we do stand high in regard to anything that's state level. Dr. Keller sits and is very vocal on our environmental issues and on our transportation, looking out for our budgets and for our citizens. And Mr. Morris serves on the legislative committee, and we are well represented on the state level to an organization that we have membership in, but that we also are indebted to. And it's wise that we stay with GMA for the very reason that we are so tied together. We had a meeting with MEAG, a wonderful meeting with our parent company that sells power, our electricity to us. And we have a director that's staying right on top of that so that we continue to be the low-cost provider for utilities, especially electricity in this area. I look forward to a great year, and I thank you all for coming. With that said, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
Unanimous? Raise your hand.